if you fly gas-powered model airplanes and are thinking of transitioning to electric ones, now is a great time to do it. The technology has just gotten to be amazing. In fact, I don't think I've owned a gas-modeled airplane in like 30 years. And of course, 30 years ago, electrics were not nearly as good as they are today, but they've come a long way. And they have a lot of pluses. The technology is clean. You don't have to be cleaning the oily residue from your model airplanes. It's pretty reliable. Most of the time when you flip the switch, you can pretty much count that it's going to start. And it's quiet. The electric motors don't make much noise. Of course, you still have the noise from the propeller. But the fact that it's clean and quiet opens up a lot of possibility for places to fly. Indoor flying is an option which has become very popular and is very interesting, something that I do. But just flying from any park or even school backyard, and you have to watch out for the posted signs and the regulations and all of that. But in most cases, you can fly within a city, which is what I do, and I really couldn't do that if I were flying gas. So that by itself is a huge advantage because it saves me a lot of time. I live within a city and I don't have to be traveling to the outside of it just so that I can fly. I can literally just go down the street and fly. The ongoing expenses are a lot more reasonable. The only real expense is the cost of charging of the battery pack, which is almost nothing. And I either bring multiple packs or charge them up as I fly, and I can fly all day, and it's going to cost me almost nothing, which is very nice. Safety is much better than it used to be on the electrics, and in fact, you really don't hear much anymore about fires from the batteries, and it's just because the technology has gotten better and education has gotten better. So I don't consider safety to be a problem. Maybe it was 5-10 years ago, but I don't see that anymore. The minuses with electrics is that they're definitely more complicated. There's just more pieces to the puzzle. Not only you have the motor and the propeller, but you have the speed control, you have the battery pack, you have the charger, and they all kind of need to work well together. And it's not as bad as it looks, and in fact manufacturers have gotten to be really good at putting together turnkey packages where you can just buy one package and it's got everything that works well together, and actually the pricing also is really good. But it's not as hard as it may seem, and with a little bit of practice you get the hang of it. Electric motors have different safety issues than gas, and the main one is that they can start at any time. What I'm talking about is accidentally moving the throttle stick and having the motor start, and there are ways that you can put a kill switch on there and different things, but it's something that you don't really have to worry about with gas engines. Okay, so it's just a little different. And the final potential downside of electrics is the batteries. If you compare the energy density of a battery with the energy density of a gas tank, the battery is nowhere close. But they've gotten so good that it's basically not an issue nowadays. I mean, you used to hear complaints all the time, but not so much anymore. And even a really high performance 3D model, okay, so you might be limited to flying for 5 minutes, but most of the time that's fine. You don't care. 5 minutes is plenty. So the fact that battery is way more than an equivalent gas tank is really not an issue, and the difference is not as much as you might think. So again, if you're a gas pilot and thinking of doing electrics, I think this is a great time to do it. Things have gotten to be really inexpensive, very reliable. There's a ton of choices on the market, and till next time.